Your awareness is your perception of an event, of a situation. Now, if you pay attention to all the things that are happening to you, it's because you are constantly evolving in a very specific environment, right? So, what does it mean? It means whatever you are going to be aware of depends on the events that are happening. But if you keep going to the same places, if you keep hanging out with the same people, then the type of situations that you're going to be exposed to are kind of limited. Can we agree on that? Therefore, the life that you're going to experience even deeper, manifest, is truly attached to the environment that you emerge yourself into. So if you want to change completely your life, you have to change your environment. You have to change what you are being aware of. So in this video, I am going to break down for you how your awareness is actually one of the key factor that is dictating the life that you're living right now. Now let's break it down. What do I call awareness? In the beginning, I said it's your perception. It's your perception. Perception means it's a unique way that you have of seeing the thing, right? It means whenever that specific event happens, the way you see it from A to Z is so unique that no one else on earth will have the same perception than you. That's awareness. That's awareness. And when I say that you are aware of the things that are happening, what do I mean? Right now, I have two screens here and one door because you just saw me closing that door, right? So now, what am I aware of? I am aware of the fact that those two screens are turned on. And recently, I was aware that that door was open, right? I didn't like it, so I closed the door. Now, in my awareness, that door is closed. So you see, I cannot be aware right now of something that is not happening here. I cannot be aware anymore that that door is open because I just closed it. You see? So now that I accept the fact that the door is closed, now I feel more confident to actually come here and record my video. Because before I was like, nah, if that door is open, it doesn't give a professional vibe, it's kind of disruptive of the background and stuff like that. So I went and I closed it. So you see, I even acted based on the inner perception that I had about this situation. So this is a tiny example on how awareness plays a huge role. Now, what else am I aware of? What else are you aware of? And that's when we start getting even deeper. Now, I don't know your background. I don't know where you were born. I don't know in which city you grew up. But if I have to talk about my case, being born and raised in Cameroon, Central Africa, before I came to Belgium when I was 22, well, I heard a lot of stories about who I am as a person. About when I say who I am as a person, this is about my family, my friends. And then I heard a lot of things about who I am as a black person. And here I'm talking about all the stuff that happened centuries ago to people that looked like me. And because those stories were constantly presented to me over and over and over again, well, I had to acknowledge them because you are forced to acknowledge whatever comes to you with repetition. That's how it works. So I became aware of those stories, and unfortunately, I ended up believing in them or picking stuff in those stories and accepting them as truths. And because I accepted them as truth, the same way that I accepted the fact that that door was open and I went to close on it, well, I behaved for decades based on the stories that I surrounded myself with. And I became a version of myself that is aligned with those stories. Now, did I like those stories? Did I feel empowered by those stories? Do I want all my kids to definitely hear those stories and feel like I felt? Of course not. But you see, it played a role on me, in me, without my conscious consent. But the fact that I put myself in those environments and I did nothing to get out, I was giving my unconscious consent. Are you still following? So wherever you are now, and this deep desire that you have to actually change your life and shift things cannot and will not happen until you become aware of what is actually ruling the game of your life. You have stories that are now ruling your life. You have habits, and that's a big one because here I'm talking to myself. In the book of Source, that which you call God, like this one, Source is always reminding you teach what you need to learn about. So whenever I'm doing those videos, you may think I know in advance what I'm going to say. I don't know. I don't know. I just ask for guidance. I ask, okay, what is the topic that I can bring? And most of the time, I make sure that it's a topic that's going to spark some kind of excitement in me, right? So your awareness is everything. The more you become aware of things, the more you're going to behave based on those things that you accepted as the truth. Awareness filters reality. You don't experience everything, only what you accept as truth. I mean, think about it. Think about it. The way you're dressed right now, it is because at some point in time you became aware of the fact that this is the way a certain type of people dress, and I want to identify as those people. Therefore, I'm going to do everything I can to start dressing like those people. Because why aren't you dressing like the others? I don't know, gothic style or what whatever style there is out there. Why not one of those? Why the one that you have now? It is because throughout all the things that were presented to you, you handpicked something knowing this is going to serve me. The only difference is in this case, you did it consciously. But for so many things, it was unconscious: money, relationship, love, self worth, and stuff like that. What you repeatedly focus on becomes your normal and shapes your decision. Recently, I became aware of the fact that, okay, whatever you keep fearing in your head, if you keep fearing the fact that you are going to get fired from your job, that your partner is going to leave you or cheat on you, if you keep fearing that you're going to lose your phone or whatever it is, that's what's going to happen because you are so powerful that repetition triggers the system in you, the superpower in you, the life force in you works with two things. We saw it on the previous video: repetition and deep, intense emotions. Those are the two things. Your environment presents options. Your awareness decides which one exists for you. Are you following? So this is your game. This is your game. You have the controller. You have the remote in your hand, and you're doing it. Why for the past decades everything was happening unconsciously, and you felt all those negative emotions that actually do not serve you, the fear and all that. Now you can choose it. Now you can put together. Now you can treat this as a job application. Okay, with all the knowledge that I have now, what can I put together? Which habit tracker can I put together so that I make sure that I change my life? Because that's how powerful you are. We think in order to change our life we have to do big stuff. You have to Those things will come naturally the second we align vibrationally to the energy of the outcome that we desire. Because you see, the second you launch a desire about something at that very specific moment, you might not be an energy match to that thing. That thing that you desire is certainly higher in terms of energy than where you are, right? So in order for you to actually get it, because remember, in one of the videos, I explained to you what the vortex is. And I said the vortex is like an invisible building where all the things that you desire in your life, physical or non-physical things that you desire, as soon as you desire them, they are even before you desire them, they are already created and they go straight to the vortex. But the thing is, in order for you to access anything that's in the vortex, you have first to become a vibrational match to that thing. And then the building open itself and that thing gets out and flow to you. That's how it works. And if you wonder how to raise your energy, well, make sure to check one of the video in the description where I actually break it down. But usually I always say the same thing, that what you need to do is to take a multivitamin, make sure that you meditate, that you pray, Meditating is 15 minutes per day. Praying is just talking to source out loud as if they were next to you, as if they are your best friend, because they are, right? All those things that you can put together in order to raise your vibrations, starting to take care of your body, going to the gym, eating healthy food and stuff like that, starting giving stuff away, right? Being of service of other. The second you start doing that, bro, it's gonna be next level. Like now, for example, one of my project is to do calisthenics full time. That's something that I want to do so bad, right? I have someone that just followed me on Instagram. It's a longtime friend that I saw a few times. We live in the same town, and he has a crazy body. When I say crazy, it's craziest body you ever seen. He has amazing strength. So I really, really, one of my intention is to actually work with him, right? Because his level is just insane. So what am I saying? Awareness. Changing awareness comes before changing habits, results, and circumstances. Changing awareness comes before changing habits. What does it mean? You have to first be aware of the fact that, okay, the way I've been taking care of my body or whatever I thought I was doing is actually not serving me. It's actually not serving me. So now I need to come up with a plan so that I can do gym all the time. So the awareness comes first and then the action comes later. That's exactly how it works. And here's the thing, when awareness shifts, experience follows. When awareness shifts, experience follows. And that's what I had. That's what I want. That's what I had. And that's how I went to Los Angeles. I was like, okay, I was meditating, right? And I was meditating and then I was creating content. But the way I was creating content, it was effortless. I was posting 6, 7, 8 videos per day on Instagram, per day, right? So what are you aware of? What are you aware of? Maybe growing up, if you think about the first guys, I swear I'm not kidding. I need to take a photo of this. So basically, I have my I need to I need to do this. I need to do this. I swear this is you cannot. So I have my GoPro here right in front of me, and it is showing to me the amount of time that I have left on my SD card, right? On my GoPro if I start shooting. Mind you, it is 11 hours and 11 minutes. Look, you cannot make this up. You cannot make this up. Guys, so Source is definitely telling me something. Source is telling me, keep doing what you're doing now. I got something coming for you. And you know, Source, I'm always ready. I'm always ready. Yeah, I had to share this with you. Uh, yeah, my excitement got me out of the video. So, guys, honestly, let me break it down here because I want you to get this. But sometimes now I want to talk to you as if you were really next to me. Maybe I will slap you first, right? But I swear, the second you understand that the life you are living is not serving you, something has to change. But here's the thing: it something has to change in the things that you do every day. It cannot come from something that you're gonna do once a week or once every 2 weeks. It's in the everyday tasks that you implement the change, like meditating 15 minutes per day, every day. And I always say you have 1,440 minutes every day. If you give 15 minutes to meditation, you still have 1,425. So it's almost like you gave nothing. Imagine if it was 1,440 candies, and then you have to give 15 candies to someone. You see, it's actually easy. It's actually easy. It's actually easy. Read. Read 2 pages per day. Read 1 pages per day. Pick a book. Pick a high vibrational spiritual book because we are about spirituality here, right? Yeah, sometimes I have books to help me deal with processes. Like this one is The Art of Acting. This is a book that Bob Proctor recommended, where in here I am going to find the formula to behave as an actor, right? Because think about Denzel Washington, Samuel L. Jackson, and all those. How many movies did they play in and how well did they embody the character? Well, Bob Proctor say with this thing, you can actually start behaving as if all the things that you desire are already there. And with everything that we know about manifestation, well, we know that's everything that we have to do, right? That's it. Then you have this book that I've been called to read for a long period of time now. The title is not even like, when you look at this, isn't this an amazing book? Look, The Way of a Master. And who's the author? Eliot Eli Jackson. Well, look what I have here. From God to You, Absolute Truth. Who's the author? Eliot Eli Jackson. And if you don't know the man, you better Google him. You better Google the man. You better check, because Eliot is actually channeling source. All that is, was, and ever shall be. That which you call God. Source energy, life. When Eliot just closes his eyes and opens, there you have it. Source is there, ready to answer to any question that you have and tell you everything that you may not be ready to hear, but that you've been longing to hear. So your job now, December 14, 2025, is to take a notebook and do everything you can to become aware of what's going on in your life. What are the patterns that you're seeing? Write them down. How can you change it? If this was a case, a problem that you had to solve for someone else, for your company, how would you address it? This is what this is. It is about that, to just become aware, to just realize that the perception that you have now is based on the person that you've been your whole life, of the kids that you've been when you were 5, 6, 7, 10. Can you imagine all those things that happened to you back then still playing a role right now? Why would you let it happen? Why won't you do the work? Why won't you change it? You can do it. You are powerful. You are God. You are source energy. You are all that is, literally. You see, guys? So that's why we have to focus on what are we aware of. And in the next video, I'm gonna explain to you consciousness. What is consciousness? What is consciousness in regard to awareness? How are those two things working together? How are those two things the maestro running your life? So make sure to tune in. Make sure to hit the subscribe button. And if you want to join our, I think I need to give it a name, because now I wanted to say community, but no, I need to find a name. But before I find a name, let me say this. There are so many things that I realized that just by implementing them in your daily practices, you can shift your life crazy. I've been saying my mantra every day for maybe 4 or 5 months. I've been reading books almost every day for multiple months. And now I'm thinking, I can create a community where we jump there half an hour per day just to read. Just to read. It doesn't have to be something, or 3 times per week. I'm going to do that. So check the description of this video and see the communities that I have in there, right? Because guys, we can do this, huh? We chose to come on earth knowing we would have the ability to do all those things. So let's go. Okay? Let's go. Let's go. Let's go. Let's go. Let's go. And hit the follow button.